guys. How you doing this morning?
Woo.
I want you guys to imagine a world without bananas, oranges, or even coffee. Believe it or not, without bees, this could be the reality that we live in. Bees do more than make honey. They're masters of communication, essential pollinators, but they're facing a dangerous decline. Today we'll discuss, first, how bees communicate, next, the role they have in the environment, then the threats they're facing, and how we can help. So my dad has a small honeybee farm, and I myself have a lot of experience with handling bees. And I've learned a lot about bees through both my father and a lot of my own research over the years. So first I want to talk about how honeybees communicate. They communicate in a very unique way. A study by P.K. Fisher talked about how bees do what is called the waggle dance and lets others know about the distance and direction of the food sources. Oh, wrong video, guys. So this is the waggle dance. See how they're moving around in a very specific, almost a figure eight-like pattern. And like I said, this is telling them direction to food sources and the distance, all through these little movements they're doing. Bees also release pheromones to warn of danger, organize the colony, and guide the hive. They also communicate through buzzing, touching, and memory of scents. Now that we know a little bit more about how bees communicate, let's look at why they're so important. Bees have a significant role in the environment and food supply. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, about 75% of flowering plants rely on pollinators such as bees. For example, crops such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, coffee are all things that can depend on pollination. Not only do the plants that they pollinate provide food, they also provide shelter for many animals. A study by A.M. Klein found that pollinators contribute billions of dollars to agriculture every year. Despite their importance, bees are facing some serious challenges. There are many threats that bees are currently facing. According to the US EPA, colony collapse disorder, also known as CCD, has caused major hive loss around the world. CCD is when the majority of workers suddenly disappear from the hive, leaving behind the queen, the brood, and a lot of food stores, just leaving the hive abandoned. A study by Simon Potts showed that pesticides, climate change, and habitat losses are all factors that contribute towards CCD and make survival much more difficult for bees. We can help by planting more bee-friendly plants such as lavender, sunflowers, rosemary, many more plants. Reducing the use of pesticides and supporting your local beekeepers are also very beneficial. So as you guys can see, protecting bees also protects ourselves. So just to recap what we talked about, first we saw how bees communicate. Next we looked at the role they play in our environment. Finally, we talked about the threats they face and how we can help. So next time you see a bee flying by, just buzzing by you, remember it's not just looking for nectar, but it's helping to keep balance in the environment and sustain life. Thank you.